live for our second helping of Sunday Mother Freaking Fun Day. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. Dang, those cards are in the bottom. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, Jesus, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. Maybe we'll need those too. Um, I am your messenger, God, the first child of God. I think it's in here. Holy shit. I am the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post in my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. We're going to do our regular, typical Sunday Fun Day light codes, but we're adding some more in it because we got a new ascending master. I'm going to try to dig up some information that I said I was going to do earlier but did not do. We'll do it together and see what we find. Really? All right, let's see. Do you see my brand new white feather? I want to point out I don't have many. There's that one. There's one in there. And then there's one in my altar. There's like 3 total. Really? And it was right on the path to greatness. Typically, I do my altar offering at the same place every time. Damn, I just dropped all my cards. And not this time. Why? There was a bunch of foot traffic. So I was guided to go into the, closer to the water and do one. And good thing, too, because it was a big all-you-can-eat buffet that I took pictures of. And on my way back, because I walked along the shoreline, I didn't walk on that path, and I came back on that path, and I've got my ascension feather. Really? The feathers in a tribe member's headdress was their authority. It was the signification of their authority. So my feathers mean a lot, but only to the tribe members that honor and know what it is. None of my feathers are store-bought. No, I earned them, and there's a story and a video to go with each and every one. Really? Alrighty, so that means that, white is a big one. Last time I got a white feather was when I left Arizona, and I came home, and that was a big jump. I'm about to jump into my new life. I'm realizing it's happening a little too fast, but I'm ready for it. I waited this long. I actually spent the last hour doing furniture shopping, which has been triggering me since the beginning, but I just said, fuck it. We'll just work on some different areas of the house if those are bothering me. Really? So I managed to get the kitchen and the bathroom taken care of. And I think the brooms are just pissing me off, so I might just jump into the living room.
Did you put tea in the...
I could have. I didn't.
That
I
was
don't
full
know.
of soda.
Oh, then pour it out. All right. So, again, we had did an intro to Elmora, which is an ascending master. So we know that I'm going to show you something new for the new people. There are new people coming in. Welcome. They're not new. These are very old oracles. I'm guided to get stuff that nobody else gets. Really? These are actually pretty powerful. These are for people that use Reiki and know how to use stones. If you were listening to my teaching about Buddha, he was talking about his paradise is filled with lapis lazulis. That connects to some other energies. All right, so they also talk about the colors in here, or the numbers. So the 4s are the archangels, right? And it starts with who? Archangel Metatron. And what? A clear quartz. These down here are Lumerian sea clear quartz crystals. All right, then we go into the Ascending Masters. That's what we need to talk about. Really? It's talking about karmic grace. What do we got? Ascending Master Serapis Bay. That's who I saw when I grabbed these white cards. Really? And that's the frequency of the of 3s, the Ascending Masters. Then you have the frequency of 8, which is the goddesses. This starts with the Tara, right? Okay, so we're going to go into the Ascending Masters, and the second one in is the Higher Will. Really? And it was with a blue sapphire, star sapphire. What does that mean? It's funny because that's what I said. I was like, it's like asking the 8 ball. Remember the 8 balls as they roll around, it comes to the front? That's what that is. Any way you look at it, it's going to look like that. Really? I'm going to try to pretend to put my cards back in order. We'll see if this works. Yeah? Yeah, I bought you some this morning. The only cards I didn't get. And then I found out when we were reading about him, it came up here as the first card in this one. Second card in that book, first card in this one, which is what? The first ray of power. And I didn't bring those cards. Give me a second. And no matter what I do, I have to start with a Lumerian card because that's what we always start with on a Sunday. Really? Make it all make sense, Holy Spirit. We will. Give me a second. Now, as much as I would have liked to take you to the feminine divine wisdom like we were supposed to, we are being guided backwards. Really? For this particular moment. And remember, I was pointing out what I call it the soup. I said, get your head out of the soup, which is what? Collective consciousness. So I used this from the book 2 days ago when I was trying to explain all that. Okay, are you guys keeping up with the madness? Can you keep up with me? Okay, well, don't worry about any of that because we're going to start with the aliens first. And I didn't get that guidebook. Are you comfortable? Because this is obviously going to be a long reading. Let's see here. Where's that one? Really? I didn't? How could I not get the Lumerian guidebook? All this is going to come together and make one full teaching. Are you ready for super helping? Oh, look at this fucking card. Wow, bro, this looks like how I'm designing my kitchen and bathroom. Really? Bro, it's going to be very colorful. I told you this to begin with. Why? It's the life force energy color. Dang, bro. Do you see that? That is a beautiful color. That is a beautiful card. I feel it, especially this top layer. I'm getting excited. My life is filled with color. It's a colorful future. What did I turn to? 35. Almost there. Energy, mana, ania, the rainbow spectrum. Ding, 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 ding. Who is for 100,000 million Brazilian points? Who runs the rainbow ray? Christ. Oh, love this. Bright white light, Reiki, celebrating life, God force, optimal healing, being vibrantly alive, thriving nature, consciousness, consumption, Eden, the body as a temple, bringing earth into balance, cell rejuvenation, the love of the land. Bro, I could break this down into a million billion pieces. Really? Okay. Well, we crossed the rainbow bridge, and I explained to you that once you activate your 7 chakras, you are part of the what? The white light workers. Ta-da! Okay. I told you that when we're getting into is like using the stones, and this is how they use for what? Reiki. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Conscious consumption. I told you. So I was telling you about the exploration or the exit of your conscious or the super conscious. Eden, well, of course, I spoke about that earlier, which is heaven on earth. I talked about your body being the temple. Earlier, bringing earth into balance, cell rejuvenation. We talked about that yesterday, which is where all of this is stored at a cellular level. Yes? And the love of the land. Dude, I had a great time today. It was 70 degrees out. There were so many families and people out at the lake. Where else should you be? It was a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Really? Okay, here we go. What happens when we seek to maximize the life force energy in everything we do? Towards the completion of this oracle deck, I was called to visit Hawaii. I heard it's known to be the last remaining part of the lost continent of Lemuria. I went there with an open mind and was sincerely blown away by the incredible level of life force energy radiating there. I am an avid traveler and a seeker of high vibrational places, but this had never been had never experienced such a potency of magic. The main inspiration of my art. Pause. I spoke about sacred sites yesterday. It's an activation within your soul to be at this place. For most of you, it's sitting there in front of the Eiffel Tower. Moving on. In every cell of every bright leaf, and that's your freaking that's your fucking ancestors you calling you back home, you French fry. In every cell of every bright green leaf, I could sense the songs of Lemuria in the pristine palace, or the pristine place. Earlier, we had Bob Marley and the Three Little Birds speaking about or singing the tunes of Buddha's palace. I discovered I'd been dreaming of this place my whole life. The crystalline waterfalls, the rainbow diffused skies, exotic flowers, and opulent plant life is so present that it could help. I couldn't help but be. I'm getting a download. I couldn't help but see a radiant aura around everything. And it says Aina or Ina, Aini, Aina, whatever, is a Hawaiian term for energy and sacred land. Ding, 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 ding. It seems to me that the mana and the Ainea, I don't know, are the one and the same. Okay, I know I'm not drawn to luscious, beautiful waterfalls and fucking sticky ass, fucking rainforest ass weather. No, mm-mm, I don't see that. I'm not that girl. Really? I'm not sure, bro. That's not a place that I'm drawn to. You can always hear me talk about the woods. Really? The lands, you know what I mean? No. I'm not a I'm not a beach bum. No? Mm-mm. I can see myself bundled up on with sweaters walking across. It's probably Washington or Alaska that I'm walking along the beach, but I'm bundled up, like super bundled up. And that could even be for San Diego. If I went to the beach, if I went to San Diego at night, you definitely have to wear a jacket, some super hoodies. It's different. It was different. Coming from Colorado and going on that beach, I was equally freezing. Really? It's a different kind of cold. Just like it's a different type of heat. As they're describing Hawaii, I can feel it. Really? I can feel the moisture in the air. I don't know. Seriously, it's held in by the plants, is what it really is. I don't feel it real cold and breezy. I feel it kind of hot and sticky, to be honest. Really? I don't know. I haven't been there in this life. Anybody want to tell me differently? No, it's so breezy and cold. Really? Then how come you guys aren't covered up more? Don't tell me that. I'm telling you, I can feel it. I'm not into that. I'm not into hot and sweaty. No, I like the sun on my face, but I don't like it burning my skin. Really? Mm-mm. I'm not into that. I go to the beaches and stuff because it's a beautiful experience, but I'm not really into all the sand and shit. I do these things. I'll do them, but I don't dream of a beach home. I'm more of a, you know what I mean, a cabin in the mountains kind of girl. Can you tell? Where do you dream of? Where's your inner child want to be? Is it a city girl? Is it a country girl? Is it a beach girl? You know what I mean? What is it? And it's probably not a girl to begin with. All right, anyways, one day I was sitting on the red sand beach and I had a vision of the overlaying dimensions that span our physical world. Stop right there. That's all that happens. If you sit still long enough, you can see behind the veil, which is what? The multi dimensions of time. You can see who else sat on this beach before you came to this beach. You can see time play out on this beach. Really? I wish I could say that I could control it to go to specific times. I'm not a time traveler like that, but I just sit there and I can watch all kinds of it. Really? It's like somebody's adjusting time and I'm watching it. I know there's a movie with Scarlett Johansson that is all about this, where she like wakes up in the Matrix and could fuck with it. I can't really fuck with that. As far as a tuning fork, I can fuck with the energy. I send the energy from as above or as below, so above, and I pull the as above to the below. Where are you going? Okay. But realistically, we can't. We're on loops. I can't really describe that. But that's the cool part about going to sacred places, is you can see that what happened back then. You can see time play out. When I sat on top of that mountain and I did that sage burn with the red wing chief, he showed me all the construction and all the traffic and everything that had ever happened down that Mississippi River. He showed me time passing through there. The same thing happened when I sat on the fucking, you know what I mean? When I sat on the back porch in Wisconsin, they were showing me time. That's how I was able to see, you know what I mean, the wolf killer and the treaty broken and all these things. Yeah, time. Really? Anyways, moving on. It's almost deja vu. That's why you catch deja vu, because you're caught in the time loop. Really? That's why they say it, because you're in a different, you've done this before. Oh, yeah. One day when I was sitting on the red rocks or the red beach sand, I had a vision overlying dimension that's spanning our physical world. This overlaying was the God force or life force in its purest and highest vibration. The vision presented an array of objects similar to the physical plane of lower vibrational concrete, processed chemicals, and suffering imbued, what is this, consumables, to the higher biodynamic earthly offering and vibrant lands that surrounded me at the moment. And that's where I said, I can literally erase time and sit back in the Eden. I can see what this land was before we were in this building, before this building ever existed. And that's where I go back and I shared that earlier. It looks like Cherry Creek Reservoir, but you don't know what this was. It was the watering hole in their travels where everyone would meet. Realistically, just like the animals. Really? The reservoir was made so that it could collect water. That's what it was called. It collected the water. That's what a reservoir is. So the animals and the tribes and stuff on their long journeys, you know what I mean? They came. Really? Moving on. It's all in that shit. I share all that stuff. Do I know all this? No, bro. How the fuck was I studying Colorado fucking history when I was running around being a fucking, you know what I mean, married to a drug lord trying to raise two children in my teen years? That's what pisses people off. I couldn't possibly know any of these things of this life, of this time, of those times. But the only reason I do is because they replay and I can watch time. Really? Oh, as exciting as it is. All right, moving on. Just gets a little angering sometimes. It's like, dude, I didn't study this. I mean, I may have been told it like, when I was like in fifth grade, but I'm not smarter than a fifth grader on that sense. The vision presented, blah, 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 blah. The experience imprinted the depth of my being with the remembering that we can bring this beautiful planet back to its former glory, starting with our own temples and personal pieces of Eden. I realized that maximizing one's life force energy was the gateway to bridging heaven and earth. And we talked about all that being the bridge, the connection of the fifth dimension and bringing that down. What you see from there, you make a reality here. You create the new world. By aligning our choices with the higher frequency, we will naturally create more opportunities to ground this somehow forgotten light. When we know the joy of this life force within and around us, are vibrantly alive, we can't help but inspire others to choose the same. And that's where I am. Is you're supposed to be inspired by the divine, not looking to other people as to what your next move is, but looking to God as to what how he wants you to move. Really? Let's see. Divinatory meaning. It's time to celebrate. Revel in the bliss of being alive. This is an incredibly healing card packed with luminous light force, energy for optimal health and healing. It reminds you to seek joy and upliftment in everything you do as much as possible. Consider the foods you eat, the environment you spend your time in, the people in your life, and even the things you wear. Increase your awareness with the journey, how you came to be in this world, and the energetic resonance. Are they alive and vibrant? You may also be inspired to work with healing energies such as Reiki or with the land, perhaps to grow vegetables. You are encouraged to joyously make your life a piece of Eden. As a result, you will shine with vitality. Really? You can experience this as hell on earth, or you can be the light and make it heaven for people that are suffering. It's your choice. You can suffer with them, or you can teach them to rise above the suffering, like myself and Pac. Truly, we all live in the same reality, but somehow I'm at the bottom of it and more joyful than you guys that are far at the top. And there's another thing too. You're always stealing my creative ideas because you have none of your own. But I told you a billion times how to access them and where do they come from. Moving on. I love them. I love you. I love you. I don't know where my cards are. Son of a monkey. Really? Okay, I need to do a little bit more work. Why? I want to see if I can find anything about um Almora. I'm going to. Why? Because this book, this is what you understand. This is what's interesting. This is his ascending master. Who is this guy? Who just got this new book that's teaching me how to be the manual of planetary leadership. This guy, read it. Says right there, dude, he works with Elmora. Well, Melchizedek synthesis, right? Maybe it was in the beginning. Hold on, I'm really reading this shit. It was in the beginning. He said it. It was like not just this, the first page. Elmora is considered an expert on leadership and is one of the trainers of the world spiritual leadership community because he is Chohan, which is Lord or the first ray. That's where it came from. The first ray is the will or the power aspect of God. Personal power is an important quality in achieving psycho-spiritual health. Without personal power, you will become completely victimized by your energies. Your personal power is your will. Your personal power translates to self-mastery, self-discipline, and the ability to remain focused and committed at all times, and being the cause rather than the effect of your reality. Damn, if that wasn't fucking Kobe in my face. It translates into being a master of your own self in your life rather than a victim. It also translates into having the spiritual warrior archetype readily available at times when incredibly perseverance and relentlessness in one's effort. That's why we're talking about it. It starts with him. So he goes on to say that in this first page. I didn't read too much of this. What does it say? These beautiful souls help me perform the leadership duties in the Melchizedek Synthesis Light Academy and Ashram. He says in the beginning, he does a huge, it's all about Melchizedek. He said it in most of this. I read it in one of his pages. The Elmorian something. I don't know. But anyways, that's what started it. And that's why we're going into it. So I want to check my Archangel Oracles for this because why wouldn't he be in here? Really? I'm gonna check it out. And did I bring those oracles? Come on, God. How can you get me so prepared and yet not at all? I'm not prepared. I'm missing guidebooks. I should have just got the guidebooks instead of the oracles and dropped them all over the floor. Really? I'm gonna go through the glossary because it has Metatron. It has all of these. Why wouldn't it have him? Sariel, Tavakel, Sandophone, Uriel, Camael, Hanael, Ariel, Chamael, Ricabel, Radriel, Barachel, Jophael, Galgael, Azriel, Furiel, Zachriel, Sachael, Azriel, the Blue Ray. No. Maribel, Sophia, Christelle. I guess not. I was hopeful. Really? Oh, I don't know. I was trying to put a face with the name. We're going to start with the crystal mandalas and then we'll jump over here because we've read these a bunch, but we haven't gotten through these. We may have read these cards once. When I got these cards, I was guided to start in the back. So we started with the goddesses and then we went to the ascending masters and then we went to the angels. Why? I don't know, because we were already learning our archangels somewhere else. Really? That's what I was guided to do with these ones. Let's turn to page 20. I read the intro to this, so we're going to jump straight in. Really? Yes. The divine is a creative genius at play. It understands how to ensure all organisms evolve, not where not even the tiniest or apparently most, I saw page 101, insignificant creature is forgotten so that all needs are met in the perfect time and in the perfect way. You are very much part of that. Every wish, dream, desire, yearning, and vision you have is very much part of that long creative plan, too. It is not possible for human minds to grasp the working of the divine mind in the microscope attention to detail to the macroscopic vastness. It is possible though, for the human mind to understand that divine mind knows what it's doing and that what it is doing is unconditionally loving for all creation, including you. Meaning you're not left out of the plan. You're not left out of God's plan, and He's not planning something without you. It's your life. In your life at present, higher will is at work. Of course, it is always in operation, but there are times when it may seem hard to believe. Stop. I said I was after my bath or during my baptism. I was laying there and I heard, "You're John Wick. You're the Baba Yaga." What is Baba Yaga? The beginning, self sufficiency. And that's what they're preparing us for. Why? Well, for myself, I'm getting kicked out of the nest. I'm gonna have to learn how to survive on my own again. For most of you, that's what's coming too. Really? If not, I guess this will prepare you for your short, your future, the foreseen future, I suppose. Really? Mm-hmm. As you go through it, you will naturally access increased understanding, acceptance, and even joyful appreciation of how incredibly creative and intelligent life is, and how amazing your spiritual journey is too. Higher will does not wish for you to suffer. It wishes for you to grow and remember who you truly are. Sometimes that growth brings suffering, and it can be difficult for the mind to let go of ideas, expectations, and learn to believe that what is always a gift, even if we can't see how at the time. Sometimes higher will shall ask you to cultivate patience. There's no point to rush ahead on your path, ready to speak, shine, share, teach, when those are destined to assist are not ready for you yet. And that's it too. God said I had 3 years before you guys were ready for my documentary. Your voice will be lost in the darkness. There is no love in that for anyone involved. Patience for a time will allow for the love that can grow to be given a chance to do so, and the best conditions for that to happen. You were allowed not to enjoy the moment you are in. What? Perhaps patience, yeah. Perhaps patience is not one of the virtues of your more enthusiastic, future orientated personalities. Really, patience was not my favorite. Being still, not my favorite. You may feel constrained and not enjoy that very much. This is absolutely fine. It might be more joyful if you could learn to love the building of the foundation as much as the success of completion of the task. To learn to see the constraint as ways that your soul can build some spiritual muscle of trust. It gets harder and longer, and I tried to explain that. You know what I mean? I said I live off of God's trust fund. You have to trust in him. And even Pac said that. It's like, manifestation. You don't keep checking on him. Like, God, did you forsake me? God, repeating it to God all the time, your prayers, like he didn't hear you the first time. He heard you. When's he going to get to you? At the last goddamn minute. Really? You don't need it right now. You told him you need him to come through and pay this bill before they shut off your lights. He'll be there. He will not let you go in the dark, and if he does, he'll be your shining light until the light turns on. Really? I promise you. You're not supposed to doubt, and the trust, it gets harder to trust him. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. I hear Little Wayne when I said that. Really? It gets harder and longer. You have to go for longer periods of time. It's like, come on, God. And then you look at him, he's like, are you not pleased? Do you not have everything? Did I not take care of you? Then stop pushing me. Really? Mm-hmm. You have to trust. It's harsh. And that's where it is, the spiritual muscle of trust, endurance, and sacrifice of instant gratification for long term success. And that's it too. God told me 3 years ago, it was about 3 years ago now, that I quit my job, and He said, I'm going to replace all of this. It's been 3 years, but I had to take off everything to put on everything new that He had to give to me. It's all documented. I'll explain that to you. But it took a lot of time. And when I started this twin flame healing journey on everything holy, I thought I could do this in a summer. It started picking up around January, February. It's like, yeah, I'll get through this during the summer. I'll be back to music in the fall. No, that was the fall of my life. I'm better than I ever was at music, and everything is going to be better. Really? I get a better house, a better life, a better everything. Really? Even a new car. And you get a new car. The whole thing. Really? I get the whole upgraded package. Really? Why? Because I upgraded my internal package. I saw somebody post, I keep attracting these stupid fucking witchcraft Facebook pages that like are suggested. And this girl's like, what's a good spell to get rid of someone that keeps coming back into your life. There's all these cord cuttings and all these banishment and all of this. I'm like, stop being attracted to that motherfucking something. Did I say that? No. They wanted to know my moon sign before I could answer. I could join the conversation, and I refused. What's your moon sign? Gemini. But I just didn't want to give up that information on a public platform because, you know, I'm difficult. I'm not gonna wear your free little bracelet to go on the ride. I'd rather not. I'm not promoting your bullshit. Really? No, I don't even know. I was just being an asshole. But realistically, it's like you want things to stop in your life, then you stop it from inside. You're attracting the bullshit, bro. Really? You keep attracting that motherfucker. I've been doing it. I know it's coming from me. He said it and I recognize it. It's my heart. It's doing this. It's calling you in and it's forcing me to you. I can't stand this. Really? I'm not exactly sure what it's doing and I get scared every time it does it and I have to learn a lesson. Did you catch it last time? I was literally crying. I'm attracting the devil again. Why? I don't know. But you're just going to have to face it. Realistically, I have done every type of magic not to attract the devil, but yet here he is. Does this have to do with Santa Muerte? Again, I keep saying that it has. Jesus said, God said, not Jesus, God said, you're going to get in there and realize that's you. Really? I said it to begin with. I was like, if there was a fucking deity that you were supposed to be offering fucking tequila and weed and cigarettes and good food to and being honoring and faithful to, that would be me. I'm serious. I'm probably afraid of myself on the other side. Really? I don't know. All I know is I made a plate, and before I know it, this motherfucker has just been all over my energy. I felt like I should have never knocked on that door. Help me, Jesus. Realistically, I'm just talking shit. Time will tell. Really? It takes some time, bro. Really? This you're not gonna get it right out the gate. Oh, that sucks, doesn't it though? At that time I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get this right. All right. Anyways, I just want to tell you. Although the mystery of excuse me, the mystery as to will how higher will is working its magic way always is somewhat impenetrable to the mind. There is a very easy way to know what higher will is telling you at any given time. It communicates with you every day and every moment through simple truths of what is happening in your life. You are riding a wave of success and opportunity at this moment, and you are being patient and attending to or are you being patient and attending to particular issues or circumstances? Are you seeing your vision materialize right before your eyes at this moment? Are you building these foundations within yourself and perhaps also in your life? For the vision to be born is not too distant future, in the not too distant future. And that's where it is. It reminded me, I was running out to go to drop off my offering, and Zenobia was like, "You're almost out of here, aren't you?" I was like, "Yup, on the first of the month." And then I was like, "Damn, I need to get," because that's what my caseworker said. I said this week I'd get it together. What I have to do, I have to have my shopping list so they can order all my furniture and bullshit. Really? Yes. I have to do that. I saw that I need to open my computer. I got to turn in some documents. They're just kind of, it's just happening. Really? Everything God said. I'm just walking in the manifestation of what He says. I really don't do anything that He doesn't say to do. Really? He gives me the idea and I go with it. Unless it's an idea I think is fucking stupid, but I still go with it. Let me fucking say God. Really? Anyways, what is happening is higher will is at work. It is helping you in your own way, you as you fulfill your divine destiny. And that's what I said. I told you I wanted my house to be bright and colorful, full of all kinds of color. So again, I kept trying to start with the bedrooms and that was pissing me off. So I left the bedroom and I went into the kitchen and I made a bright, beautiful kitchen. Really? And then I went into the bathroom and I made a bright, beautiful bathroom. Really? Yeah. And now I gotta keep moving on. But I took a break. Really? Yes. To come up here and deliver you a bright, beautiful message. Really? Beautiful. What does you mean by bright and beautiful? It's rainbow colored, dipshits. My house is going to be rainbow colored. Seriously? I want a red couch and an orange chair and a purple lamp and a fucking yellow fucking this and all of that. So imagine that. My house. You want to get something? Get something yellow or rainbow colored. Pretty much. That's what I'm doing to my whole house. That's why I laugh so hard about this. Really? I promise you, I'm not going to show you my shopping list, but you can. I'm not going to show you my house either. Really? I live in the rainbow bridge of life. Really? Somewhere over the rain. I'm the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Now we're talking. Holler at your girl. Did you know that I'm Irish and French? Seriously? Mm-hmm. As well as Venezuelan and Guatemalan. What are you? A child of God. Let's keep moving on. If you are feeling anxious, doubt, impatient, or uncertainty, guilt, shame, or anger, or even excitement and joy at a plan that is coming together, this oracle brings you reassuring message. You can do everything, you can do everything you can and let go again and again. Trust the higher will is working for you, your best interests, and will help you manifest your most soul satisfying success at the perfect time and in the perfect way. Healing process. To integrate this, you might want to say the invocation. All right, I'm going to invoke this angel upon your life. Really? I do have the power. If you so shall believe, then here he comes. All right. I call upon Crystal Angel of Blue Star Sapphire and the Ascending Master Elmora, who loves us unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing blessing and higher will. May we know the joy of unconditional trust in higher will, the powerful, all-knowing love the universe has for us, and the benevolent assistance life is always providing to us, so that we can grow into fulfillment of our divinity. May all beings know the loving grace of higher will and choose the peace that comes with surrender and trust. Through our own free will, so it be. Now, here's where I get real powerful. This is how you handle these as Reiki. If they were such a weenie Reiki person and didn't have the stone, they could use the card because the power is in the card. Is it really? No, but I'm about to put it in there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a prayer and I'm going to visualize my actual energy. I'm going to put my energy into this while I do this next part. Then I'm going to put this card back there and you're going to focus on that. And you, if you believe, you shall receive my own divine energy that I believed took from inside of my body and put into that card. It's the basis of the magic I do, is I put myself into things, my intentions. Really? Okay. I'm gonna take this and charge this up. Where are we charging this bad boy? The throat chakra. Do you guys have an open throat chakra? Can you speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God? I don't think so. I'm gonna help you with that. All right. I choose of my own free will, through this and any lifetime, and through all layers of my entire being, to release any experience, memory, or belief system that perpetrates distrust of the higher will. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. This is to help you release your distrust in what's happening. Focus there. May divine love express itself with absolute merciful protection through the unimpeded flow of higher will upon earth. May all beings be protected, guided, and loved as they are supported in attaining their highest divine destiny for the greatest good, according to the divine compassion and all service to the great divine plan of love unfolding. So be it. Affirmations for you guys. I am loved by the divine and the higher will of plan unfolding and supporting, uplifting, and opening me into full divine potential and destiny, now and always. Really? Yeah. Higher will means there's something that's pushing, it goes back to fate, that you're being guided always, and you have to have some trust and some blind faith and some understanding that even though it doesn't look like life is looking so good right now, this too shall pass. This is a storm. This storm shall pass. You have to start believing in what you cannot see. And that's how you'll see it. That's how manifestations are done. I have a vision in my head given to me by God. I believe in something that nobody else can see, which is not just those visions, but as well as the spirit guides and the ascending masters that come to me with, you know what I mean, messages and visions. I believe in something that no one else can see. But because of my belief in it, it is made seen to everyone. Just like that. Okay. Trust. You have to, it starts with trust and faith, bro. God came to me and told me to trust that he didn't joke me, but he did. He didn't joke me, but he did. Meaning what? He didn't take anything away from me. He told me to give it up, and then I was very tempted not to. I knew how to go to resources and get rental assistance so I didn't lose my house. I knew that I could live off of my money for so long without losing things, right? I knew how to go to places where I didn't have to lose this. But then he wouldn't let me. Slowly, I was accepting. He wanted me to lose my house. It was part of it. After he told me to lose the job, was I ready for it? At no point did I ever pack a bag, but he did. And I didn't leave there with nothing I didn't need. I had everything I needed, including cookware for the fucking camping trip that I would take a year and a half later. I carried that shit for a year and a half, not knowing. I'd bought brand new cookware for a camping trip that I never took in my apartment, and I was guided to take it with me. My whole life is sitting outside of my apartment in black trash bags. It's nighttime and the snow is falling. And all I can do is look at the top of it, sort through it, and grab these bags and throw them in my trunk and get the fuck out of here. I'm crying. I'm devastated. My whole life is on the porch. I grabbed what I could, and when I got to Oklahoma, 13 hours away, I had everything. There was no going back. I couldn't be like, I forgot something. They had already rated everything that was there. But I had everything I needed. I didn't know what was happening. And I was very afraid. But I kept telling people what he told me. One step at a time. I told Mr. Plum, I don't know. I know I'm just supposed to sit here and sit still, and he will tell me what to do next. And then after a week or two, I told him, I think I have a feeling about Wisconsin. My old neighbors moved up there, and I always said I was going to visit them. I think I should reach out to them. And I did, and I was welcome to come. And that's where it is. It was like, I got these little, and it's like, I don't know. I'm scared because I really don't know. But I know he'll tell me what to do in just a bit. And if it's not just a bit, then I got to stay still until he tells me because I don't know what to do. I can come up with a plan, but that's just me. That's not what he's telling me. So in most cases, I sit still. My brain can come up with all kinds of ideas how to pass time and what to do, but I don't do that. I do what he says. Today, you know what I mean? I had a vision of doing the offering. I wasn't even sure where I was supposed to go with it. Really? No. That's what I told my daughter, you want to go with me? I'm either going to walk down here and go do it down on those rocks where we did that first one, or I'm going to go over to Cherry Creek. And she's like, I'll go with you. I wanted to walk down there. So I was down and I was like, all right, well, let me smoke and do a sage burn and I'll get it ready. And then she texts me. She's like, no, never mind. I don't want to go nowhere. I was like, well, fuck it then. I'm not walking. I'm just going to drive this shit and drop it off. Because really, I just parked there and it's a lot easier than walking fucking half a mile to go do this shit. So then she was like, well, I'll go with you then. And she went and she went down the shoreline a different direction while I was doing my shit. And then by the time I came to the car, here she comes wandering up with her little, she found a seashell and I found a feather and, hey, we're the monkeys. Really? That's it. You know what I mean? And that's simple things like, I don't know, but I know. Like weird things like I had a feeling. Simple shit like I'll get something at the store. My spirit told me to get this. Did you want this? Yeah, I was totally thinking about that yesterday. Cool. Here it is. Really? Yeah, it's like I don't know where this is coming from, but I answer all those I don't knows. And I trust that I'll know later. Really? All you have is one step in front of you. You can't see behind that step because that's such a big step for you. And you have to stand there and not be tempted to to run back to where you came from. You have to show that you can handle this big step in your life before he's going to take you on another step. Step in the name of love. I got to be 100,000% honest with you guys. We read this card not too many weeks ago. Really? Yeah, because we started this over and we're on the ninth card. So it was only like a couple weeks ago. I don't really want to read this. No, I kind of broke it in and I'm a little burnt out. Would you forgive me for not being able to put hours in when I know that I got to do another teaching in just a couple hours? What do you got to do? I have to pull. I'm like, as I said this, I was like, I always want to pull the 3 card spread for the tarot to see what we walk into on a Monday morning. I don't like just walking in and sorting it out for myself. I'd like to have a heads up, but I never get to. I could sit there in the morning and catch it myself and tell you and then pull the cards after like I always do. But I like to know what I'm going to wake up in. It gives me, if I'm going to wake up in some bullshit, then I know it right away from the night before and I'm prepared for the bullshit. And that's what divination is. It's just to keep you prepared. What are they telling us right now? To ground yourself. I mean, if we go back to the Lumerians, that's what that is. It's going back, keeping it had nothing to do with outside. It was all about the inside. Creating your own sacred garden, grove inside of yourself. Realistically. And then divine will, that's God's plan. That's fate. There's so many in every culture there's a name for that and I have nothing to do with that. I'm not judgment, I'm not any of that shit. I'm just the witness. I have some dominion over the dark. What is my true power? I am the goddess. So I rule over the mind and the emotions, which is also the goddess of the moon. Where do I stand in the planets? I'm the goddess of the moon. I have been Venetian, I've been Juperian, I've been on all these planets. I'm not those planets. I am the goddess of the moon, which is the gateway into, the tree of life is your mind and your emotions. That's all I have. So in essence, I can fuck with your mind and I can fuck with your emotions unbelievably. Really? Oh yeah, I get under people's skin all the time. I'm really fucking with men right now, and they're really fucked up in their head. What's wrong with them? Well, I'm calling them out on their sexual behaviors, their tendencies, lack of, and their, all of that. A man decides, and as this could just be Lilith, why are you demasculizing him? How is it that that little appendage, that little bit of extra flesh, gives you more power or dominion over me, my friend? That's where we stand, and we have this battle of equality that I always did with Adam and to every one of you descendants of Adam and Eve. Your suburban lifestyle doesn't make you powerful, nor does the amount of skin on your penis. Okay, so a big dick motherfucker thinks he's got some power, but then you go back to, religious teachings. Well, if you ain't trimmed the skin, then you ain't got no power. That's what I'm saying. You guys find all your masculine, all your power is between your legs, both men and women. Am I wrong? Okay, well, Lilith is here to set that right. Really? You're not Lilith. You don't understand the power into which you think you hold. You're wasting it. You're wasting divine energy, the life force energy. You're wasting your lives with such an energy. Really? I mean, ultimately, guys are doing what? Everything they can so they can pound some pussy. Girls are doing what? They are popping the pussy to get everything they can out of some man. This is all a flesh on flesh Edward Scissorhand experience going on around here. Really? I mean, seriously, this is all for what? An orgasm? A few moments of friendly feelings? How good do you feel afterwards? You're quick to run home in shame and disgust, aren't you, though? Get it, girl. Really? Yeah. And so we are always talking about that. Really? You want to talk about it? Lewis Hamilton and fucking Kim Kardashian? Your next fucking porn? Are you using your fucking body parts to find love? Ooh. I'm hearing Pac. What are you hearing him say? What would you or what you do for love? Going a little far. Realistically, I mean, you've heard my stories. I'm guilty as charged. Uh, so that's where we're at. I will catch you guys later. What you're dealing with is, God's plan, and you're gonna have to learn to go with the flow. Really? Oh, I said that to Bobby. The same thing goes to all you twin flames. Go for it. I did my best. I challenge you to do better than me in this subject. If you want to fucking deny that you don't love me, I don't fucking love her. I don't fucking love her. I don't fucking love her. And you don't want to give into it, go right ahead. I fucking I hey, I wish you all the well. If you can figure this out and you can break this, then you're more powerful than I ever was. If you can break this, then you're more powerful than I ever was. But ultimately, you're fucking denying it, and that's got you it's gonna put you in a psychotic place. Because I did this with every single one of you motherfuckers, especially Bobby. No, I don't love him. No, I'm not in love with him. No, I can't be in love with him. I'm not in love with him. I'm not in love with him. I'm not in love with him. I will not be love with him. I will not love this person. I don't love this person. I'm not going to show this person love. Hell nah. Fuck this person. No, I'm not going to love them. I'm not going to love them. I'm not. I went through that with each and every single one of you. Who am I currently doing it with? I still surrendered to Uncle Nasty. The only way to get out of it is to give into it. You're torturing me. You keep popping up in my mind. If I don't start to have compassion, understanding, and start to like you, then I'm just going to spend the rest of my days hating you. You will cloud every one of my videos. You will be in my quiet space. Everything will be about you. The longer I try to avoid you, the more suffocating you become. Really? A. Good luck with that. Good luck. That drove me to craziness. That drove me to absolute madness. If you can do that, what is the point? Number 1, 2, and 3. As I look back at it, that's what God said. And I did it again. You can see the video. What was it? 2 Mondays ago. Really? The video came out, the cards came out, make amends and reach out to this person. I literally had just blocked him that weekend. Really? Yep. And then they made me unblock him, and then I'm meeting up with him and all this bullshit. Swear to God. Swear to God. Where's he at now? Well, I'm currently on block status. Why? Because I tried to love him on Valentine's Day? Or maybe because I didn't. I'm not really sure. I don't know what we're doing anymore. We just play this game, cock blocking each other. I'm just saying, go ahead with that. Let's see how long you can last. I thought I could last. I think I did better. I ran away and lasted longer in this runaway situation than you ever could. That's how I feel about it. Realistically, yeah, these are not the right cards. But yeah, surrender. Surrender. Unless you want to go, you know what I mean? You want to do it your way, then go ahead, be Lilith and try to find your own way. Try to find a way out of this. Try to find a way out of God's will. Try to find your own way and that you're going to be happy. I promise you, He will not allow you to be happy, right, Kanye West? You will be happy doing no such thing unless you do what He says. Really? Then he looks back, he's like, what was the big deal, anyways? How bad was it just to love them? Then he looked back, it was a lot harder to fight it than it was just to give you some love. I spent over 1.5 years fighting it with Russ instead of just giving in. Once I gave in, it was over. Once I just accepted that I love this fucking goofball and I appreciated what he was for me, it was over. I have no problem going in. It doesn't make me, I mean, his actions are still quite The longer he stays quiet, the longer I can be quiet about him. Realistically, yeah. So I don't, I can say nice things for most of the part. But realistically, yeah, it was more, I spent more energy fighting, not wanting to deal with him than just giving in and dealing with him. It's so much easier to say, hey, Russ, I really love you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for always being there. is so much easier than sitting around saying, I fucking hate that guy. He's such a fucking slime ball. His fucking little hands and his fucking stupid fucking face and his fucking, I can't fucking stand him. I could go on for hours, fucking hours and days and nights and literally lose my mind about how much I can't fucking stand Russ. But if I just give in and show him a little bit of love, then it's over. Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah. I didn't want to admit it, especially standing in front of fucking Marshall. No, I don't love him. I don't love him. No, I love him. And I think that's what triggered fucking Bobby too. So I had so many people to love on Valentine's Day other than him. Hey, all you had to do was love your wife. Did you do a good job? Realistically, he popped up in my DMs. So he didn't say nothing, but just being seen as like these small gestures. Hey, I see you, little guy. Really? Well, whatever. Baiting the fish, if you ask me. That's how do you expect? You expect some grand gesture of, of acceptance. I accept this calling in my life. Yeah, I bet. That's why you don't pick up the phone. Realistically, do you know how fucking scared Wolfman was when he got that fucking email or that fucking message? He blocked me so fucking fast. He didn't even consider it. He was like, oh my God, no way. What'd you block? An invitation to greatness? Why? Because you were scared that you'd have to face me and I'd be as real as I totally tell you I am. I get it. Bobby faces me all the time. He sees I am a real fucking pain in the ass. He doesn't seem to be magically terrified. Then again, I'm not sure. All the time I think he doesn't believe in anything I do, so that might keep him safe. The fact that he doesn't believe in any of this shit. He calls it fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Meanwhile, he's saying, I want to do ceremonies with you. I'm trying to anoint him and shit. He don't even know what's going on. Realistically, he doesn't. I didn't expect him to. Fucking alien life force. Yeah, you can have that last one. Really? Yeah, as I said, I'm not reading that fucking card because we have those cards. Let me take you through these cards. This is a good way to start your Dark Night of the Soul journey. If I could have started it I would have started with this. Really, I didn't start any of the intros, but it starts with the whole journey. It teaches you so much witchcraft, so much of the craft. And it's not witchcraft, it's just craft. So you'll learn all your stones, your oils, your herbs, your sigils, your chakras, your ascending masters, or, the angel forms. And you'll learn all of that. Really? That's a great way to start. Now, after that, we were initiated into the light workers. You need to learn how to harness the light that's inside of you. Otherwise, it's going to eat you alive. Really? You're filled with a lot of energy and you don't know where to place it. So if you don't learn how to place it into positive outlets, you're going to be putting it into negative places where people are going to take advantage of your light. Really? These came much later, and this was more stonework. I got when I lived at Chris's house, he introduced me into stonework. He and some of these stones, quite a few of them, especially the crystal ball, came from his house. Certain things like that. He was he worked with that, but he was also a practitioner. I wouldn't call him. He probably was a warlock. Really, a warlock is someone that performs the craft but abuses it. So I think so. But he came from Maine, and he was a practitioner out there. Really? So he knew all kinds of shit, but he had drowned himself in drugs and alcohol by the time I found him. When I started bringing all this back to play in his life, he supposedly, used all the words and shit, and then he had his little friend Dougie Fresh trying to curse me. He's like, she thinks she's the Lilith. I was like, do you know how crazy you sound? At least when I say it, I sound convincing. You just sound like a drunk person saying that you live with a crazy girl and you don't, you know what I mean? Really? Oh man, it was funny. He tried to tell people I was all kinds of shit and that I was, you know what I mean? She thinks she's this. And I'm like, you're looking crazy to your peoples. Really? It's not that I deny it. I just allowed him to look crazy as he told people what I was. Because you can't actually tell people. You sound crazy just saying it. And that's what I said. Fucking Mike Millian. I'm doing a fucking banishment and a ritual cleanse at the fucking studio. The studio is right there on 14th and Oneida, and that's between 14th and Colfax. Right between there is a fucking dude. I swear to God, they're right next door to a fire department. So they're telling me this is what's funny. They're like, we're gonna call the police on you. First off, I'm standing right on the fucking public street in front of the, push the button type shit. So I'm not on your property. Secondly, you're right in front of a fire department. I would love for you to call the fucking police and tell them that I'm standing out here doing witchcraft. And look how fucking stupid both of us look. They're not even going to answer your fucking call. I would have fucking totally fucking cursed this whole place to the ground and been on the road before they ever answered this stupid call. And that's what scared the shit out of them. I told them, I will fucking burn that fucking thing to the ground standing right next to the fucking fire department. They won't even be able to pull the hoses out and help you. Really? Oh man, don't even let me put that into the fucking universe. Seriously? Yeah, go ahead. That's what I said. Go ahead. Go ahead. Call the popo ho and listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Tell this. She's cursing me. She's doing this. Can you fucking prove this? Do you know how fucking psycho you look? She's a crazy witch and she thinks she's this and she thinks they that and this and that. Like, these calls to CPS and to the schools and to the psychics and all this, the psychiatrists and shit. Do you know how fucking stupid you look? And then they come and sit down and I offer them a cup of sweet tea and start teaching them, the basis of spirituality. And they realize that you're just a fucking Jesus freak that doesn't understand spirituality and they're sorry to have wasted my time. Me too. God bless you. Be safe out there. May I pray over you as you go out and fight the good and evil? Realistically, you fucking losers. Oh, man. Really? I mean, if you try to tell somebody about me, you're going to end up looking stupid as fuck, bro. You leave that to me. And that's why I didn't fuck with people. I was like, I didn't want you to get fucked in. I didn't want people to alienate you out of false beliefs of what I did. I didn't want you to be guilty by association. When they find out that you're fucking with a high-level witch like me, especially someone like Allie, you're in danger. You know what I mean? You're going to lose face. You're going to lose this and that. And so I thought, until I become the biggest celebrity in all of mankind, and you really wish you could tell people that you know me, but we haven't talked because you're a piece of shit. You're just hoping that I'm going to put your name in one of my videos and that, you can say that you're affiliated to me, that you knew the High Priestess Phoenix. That's funny because I don't run around saying, can I get one for Russ, please? Please. Realistically, the only person show I want to ever see is usually Hypnotics. The rest of you come and go as much as you want. I never bought a ticket to any of your shows. Different vibe. Hey, I love you guys. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to take a break. And then we'll get a late night video to see what tomorrow's going to whip us with. Whip it good. I could just do the whole show and then not do it. But then what am I going to do in the morning? Really? Why? Because we have a weekly, and then we have the 3-card spread. I don't know. We'll see how deep we get into it. How deep does it go? Hey, I love you guys. We'll catch you later. Laters, haters. Let God go. Or go with God.